Hello, good morning. What's going on, everyone? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to Breaking Dawn. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn. Of course, I've just said that, of course, guys. What's going on? Welcome, guys. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to this Tuesday morning. I hope everyone's good. Guys, acknowledge the community. Acknowledge us. Acknowledge the community. The best community in football is right here. Small but effective. You know what I mean? It's not about the size. It's about the quality at the end of the day. Thank you so much, everyone who's joined me today. I really appreciate you. Please, guys, don't you forget to smash a like on the video, and don't forget to, you know what I mean, put your notifications on. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much, you absolute diamonds, you absolute legends. Thank you for joining me today, of course, guys. Ineos, Minios, Glazers, Razors, whatever, guys. I can't rhyme them, but they don't rhyme with anything because they don't have anything. They don't have anything to offer Manchester United. This is why we need them to leave. We need them to leave this football club. Listen, guys, look, a lot of people say, oh, you know what? You know what it is, Sal. You know what it is, Sal. You know, they can't, it's not about signing players now because you know what? We're going to wait until the summer. Guys, that's great. That's great, guys. That's fantastic, guys. That's brilliant. You trust these people to go into the summer and fix our midfield. You actually trust this board to go into this window and to fix us. You actually believe that they're going to fix Manchester United in the summer and sign a couple of midfielders here and there, maybe a defender, maybe a right back, maybe a left back. Are you bonkers? Guys, listen, you don't walk into hell blindfolded and don't expect to get burnt. That's one thing I've always said. Guys, this is a big problem for Manchester United. And I'll tell you why, guys. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I don't want to be one of those guys that come in there and being all negative. That people know me on this channel, guys. I'm very upbeat about Man United. I am. I'm very upbeat about Man United. I'm very positive about Man United. People know me on this stream. They know what I'm like. But what I would say, guys, it will take one injury, guys, and Man United's season could go tumbling down like a bunch of bricks, guys. Tumbling down like a bunch of bricks. Just one injury. You know what I mean? Destruction, a gamble, incompetence, naivety. However you want to say it, guys. It is. And we have to admit, and we have to talk about the birds and the bees here, because at the end of the day, there are people who still support Ineos and are trying to give sympathy to Ineos, are trying to, not hold them accountable. This is the thing, guys. It's a disgrace that we've gone into this window. We're not saying go out there and buy Lamine Yamal and buy Mbappe. We're not saying that, guys. We're saying, guys, even just get a loan option. We didn't even get Wilfred Ndidi, guys. Ndidi, we did not Ndidi get Wilfred Ndidi. Absolutely not, guys. We got nobody. Not a loan. Nothing, guys. Nothing at all. Nothing to look at and think, wow, we've utilized this transfer window. Because I think they are forgetting that there is a World Cup in the summer. This is why well-run teams like Manchester City in the January window, they do business. They do some of their business in January. In the summer, they do some of their business in the summer. So they don't have too much to do in the summer. But then again, I think about it and I think maybe that's their excuse. Maybe it's their convenient excuse. Maybe this is what they want. Maybe they want us to run out of time in the January transfer window. So they're going, oh, well, run out of time, guys. We tried. Do you know what I mean? And I actually believe they want to do this. I actually think that they think like this board. I actually think this is what they are. Absolutely pathetic, absolute frauds, guys. I can't for the life of me sit here and think that anyone, unless you're a bot on Twitter, thinks that Ineos are doing a good job here. It doesn't cost much to get a loan deal in. Guys, I could type on Google, right? Loan deals available this January. And you get a bunch of players there. Experienced players as well that will make an effect for our bench. And this is ultimately what's about. All we're looking at is one injury to Casemiro, and we are royally screwed, guys. We are over this season, guys. Some people say we're going to finish 8th, 10th. I don't know. I hope not. We're in a very good position. And this is exactly why we had to move on with the transfers. Because you know what? Whilst we're in this position, we have a chance to solidify this position. We have a chance to go from 4th to 3rd here, guys. It just takes an injury to Casemiro and we're screwed. I know we got Ugarte, but Ugarte's just not performing to the level that we need to perform at, unfortunately. As much as we want Ugarte to perform, he's not performing to the level that we need him to perform, unfortunately, guys, you know? Look, I'm frustrated, of course, as the whole Manchester United community are. But I'm still going to believe, and I'm still going to back Michael Carrick until the end. And I'm going to say, and hope Michael Carrick gets to the Champions League. We hope so. But you know what? It's not going to be thanks to Ineos. It's not going to be thanks to the Glazers, because they've done absolute soddle to do anything in regards to helping Michael Carrick, just like they did soddle for Ruben Amorim with his system. Soddle, nothing. No, so this is what we're talking about here. This is the ownership that we have. This is why we are protesting. I can't believe there's some people out there that told me to apologize. You should apologize to those owners because you were wrong about them. That's what they said to me on Twitter. Me, apologize. You pathetic, guys. Listen, you can have all the Twitter likes you want. You come on this stream, you come on YouTube, you'll get shut down one time. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they are absolute frauds, and they're just as bad as the Ineos bootlickers. That's what they are. Bootlickers, guys. Absolute bootlickers. Shine it nice and shiny and then lick it. That's what it is at the end of the day. I actually think they lick something else as well, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Some people enjoy that, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. But at the end of the day, this ownership, Glazers out, Ineos out, United is broken, hashtag. That is what it is, guys, and it should remain that every single day. People want to talk about the 1958, right? The 1958 and the protest. At least they're doing something. At least they're going out there and doing something. We have a lot of people who claim they love Manchester United, who sit on their platforms, right, on Twitter, and all them guys, right, who sit on their platform and do nothing but talk a load of trash and play at FC maniacs. That's all they are at the end of the day, you know? Now, guys, we got a massive week. We got Spurs on Saturday, of course, guys. Early kickoff on Saturday. Happy for me because I'm 4 hours ahead of UK. Spurs on Saturday. We've lost the Spurs quite a lot of times over this last year or so. So I think it's about time we gave Spurs a taste of their own medicine, if you know what I mean. And hopefully we do that. But I'm not going to cry, guys, because at the end of the day, this was expected. I said it yesterday. I don't expect us to do any deals. It's a 30-40% chance that we might get Wilfred Ndidi through the door, of course. It is disgraceful, guys, though. And this is our football club at the end of the day. And, you know, we are in debt. And we are run poorly by people who do not know nothing about this football club, by people who don't understand anything about this football club. They don't understand the heritage and history of this football club. If I was Jim Ratcliffe, mate, born and bred, Man United fan all my life, honestly, I cross my heart and hope to die. I'm a Man United fan my whole life. Absolutely. Oh, there's a pig flying up. Oh, I've never seen a pig fly before. I've never seen a pig fly. That's what it is, basically. Lies, manipulation, playing on the heartstrings, playing on the heartstrings, all those things there, guys. Come on. Wake up and smell the coffee. The coffee, guys. Wake up and smell it. It's clear. I'm in the Middle East. Arabic coffee. Smell it. It's ridiculous. They're liars, manipulators, and they lie to you. You Glazer, Ineos, bootlickers. They lie to you. That's what they did. Bloody hell, you know. But I know why. And you don't need to teach me about the birds and the bees for me to know why. And I'm not going to mention it on this stream. I know why Qatar was slandered. You don't need to spell it out for me. I know. That's why, you know, certain people are still supporting Donald Trump, for fuck's sake. That's what it is at the end of the day. I know what won with people. And this is the way it is, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. You know, but guys, glory, Man United will always be. And Man United will always be the football club for me. And I will always support this football club through thick and thin. I never want my football club to lose like some of those people wanted Ruben Amorim out. I'm never going to say, oh, I hope my football club lose. Never. But we have to call out the issues at the football club. We have to talk about the problems at our football club, guys. This football club that was built by the poor, guys, the working class, built this football club to what it is today. Not the corporate bigots with the suits, guys. You know what I mean? Guys, I'm astonished by the silence of the board. I'm astonished by nothing being said about the board. I'm absolutely bewildered why nothing is being said about the board. It's crazy for me, to be honest with you, that we haven't heard anything. You know, again, they have not reacted to the protest. I knew they wouldn't, because at the end of the day, a 2-hour protest, as much as I respect it, they're not going to get swayed by it. Because let me tell you something, and I'll talk about it respectively, guys. I want to talk about it respectively. At Roma, at Lazio, at Inter Milan, at all these teams, right, their ultras do that every single game. In fact, more intimidating than what we did at the weekend. It's not intimidating enough. It was a organized protest, basically a mother's meeting of fans that, you know what, are disgruntled. A bit like the government trying to close down a school course or something like that, a college course or something like that along those lines. You know what I mean? Something. It was not aggressive enough. The fireworks don't matter. Look, guys, you look at that and you think, well, that's just a bunch of fans chanting from their team. And I know, and I respect everyone that did it. And I want to clarify, you are the only ones who are doing it, and you should hold your head up high. I'm not saying that at the end of the day, right? But what I'm saying is that we are not intimidating enough for the Glazers to move, for Ineos to move. We're not. It's evident. It's evidence. The proof is in the pudding. We are not intimidating enough, guys. We are not at that level, guys. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Let me just say hello to the community. Hope everyone is blessed. Big up everyone in the stream. Hope everyone is good, of course. Big up Sanjay. Good morning. No surprise at all. Absolutely not. Big up Sanjay. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, of course. Big up Albie, the legend. What's going on, Albie? How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. This week up, we can definitely get a title charge. Are you being sarcastic, Albie? I don't know whether you're being sarcastic, Albie, or real. I don't know. Sorry. Big up Benny. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, of course. Big up Benny. Big up my Benny, my guy, by the way. Absolutely. Blessings to the community. Big up Gregory. What's going on, Gregory? I hope you're doing well. Really good to see you, Gregory. Hope you're blessed. Big up my guy Benny, as course. Kenny, good to see you. Smash the likes. Thank you so much, guys. Let's get the likes up. Let's get this algorithms rhythming. Rhythm is a dancer. It's a sauce, man. Let's go, guys. Early in the morning, break of dawning. Now we're yawning, but you know what? It doesn't matter, because we got important things to talk about, guys. Manchester United at the moment, of course, guys. Big up Gregory. The front office had proven themselves unworthy of leading Manchester United. Disgraceful. Absolutely, my guy, Gregory. Disgraceful. Look, guys, I want nothing more than ownership to come into this, whether it's a partial ownership or full ownership. I wanted a full ownership. I wanted full sale of this football club. I wanted nothing more than them to come in and me to say, well, they proved me wrong. Well done. They proved me wrong. But I'm clapping. Indeed, I'm clapping, but I'm clapping sarcastically. You know what I mean? Well done. Well done. You really pulled one out the bag here, haven't you? Do you know what I mean? Absolute crap. I mean, I'm so disillusioned by the whole thing. Will Man United get a hostile takeover one day? Will those leeches leave this football club? That's the big question. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. And obviously, as time goes on, you just think like, you know, as this regeneration project occurs, guys, if this regeneration project occurs, you will know as well as I know, this is their bread and butter. This is their bread and butter pudding. And they want this, guys. This is what they're going to get. They're going to get their 10 billion in line, guys. They want that regeneration project. They want the hotels. They want the stadium. They want the commercial revenue, the naming rights. That's what they want at the end of the day, guys. They want the Glazers Hotel. They want Sir Jim Ratcliffe Drive. That's what they want, guys. They want their name and vanity on everything. This is why the Glazers sent a letter to the council in 2017. They are only after this regeneration project. That's all they care about. They do not care about what is the most important thing, what the working class built, which is the Manchester United football team on the football pitch. The reason that many people died and perished because of our football club, because of what happens on the football pitch. Because we did not we did not bow down to authority and to corporate bigots. We did not do that. You know, at the end, guys, look, you know, I'm tired of obviously trying to defend it. I see people still defending Ineos. Well, you know what? You know, you got to wait until the summer. You got to wait. Well, you know, the summer. You got to wait till the summer. You know, let them cook. Let them cook. Guys, what the hell are we cooking then? Can someone explain to me, what are we cooking? Do you trust Ineos? If you trust Ineos, can I have your bank details? Can I have your bank details, please? The sort code and the last 3 digits at the back of the card, please. Because you are gullible. You are naive if you think that they're going to go out there and slap 400 million on players. You know what we're going to do, guys. We're going to get rid of Ugarte. Casemiro will leave as well, guys. Maybe another player may leave if we don't get Champions League. Maybe a Bruno may leave. Maybe. Who knows? And then we're going to spend that money on replacements and not go over that money. You know what I mean? 77-year-old Jim Ratcliffe, Mank born and bred. You know what I mean? Mank born and bred, Man United fan his whole life. Not one picture, not one bloody T-shirt. You know what I mean? I didn't have a pot to piss in. I have a flipping picture of me in the late 80s, early 90s in a Man United jersey. And this guy doesn't. Played on the heartstrings, manipulated you, and some of the fools are still falling for it. And they're not falling for it because of, you know what, they think they're good. They think they're competent. They're falling for it for sinister reasons. And that is the biggest issue I have with it. It's nothing to do with football for them. It is nothing to do with football. We all know why it is. Big up, Red Terry. What's going on, my guy? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yes, Al, we gambled last season thinking we win Europa, and now we've gambled our finishing position this season by not bolstering our midfield. Ineos playing roulette with European qualifications. Well said, Terry. Absolutely. Absolutely. What did we hear, Terry, last year? What did we hear from them last year? No, well, we're going to concentrate on the summer window. We got a 4 out of 10 summer window, guys. And anyone wants to take that away from me, say that, no. I think they've been pretty well in the summer window. What? I need some sound effects. What? Guys, we had no midfield. We're Bagel FC, guys. You know what I mean? That's what we are at the end of the day, guys. We're Hula Hoop FC. That's what we are. We're gambling. You know what I mean? We're gambling with our future here. We said it last January, a year ago, guys. We said it a year ago. I really hope that by next year, by next season, you know, like I really hope by the end of the season we qualify for the European, because I think we're not going to qualify for the European Cup simply because we didn't buy anyone last January. And now we're here, guys. We've got a great opportunity. We've left, and Michael Carrick has left us in a fantastic opportunity to qualify for the Champions League, guys. We're sitting pretty in fourth right now, guys. We may have a chance to move up to third. You never know, guys. We may have a chance to move up to second. Man United have a possibility here, guys. We have a chance. You know how many opportunities you get like this in football. We got an opportunity, guys, here. Everyone's taking points from everyone. You know, and we've got this opportunity to change the narrative and get Man United into the Champions League. And what would that do for us? Long-term investment. Short-term investment equals long-term investment. Equals long-term profit. That's what it is at the end of the day. Business, invest now for your future. Let me put money in my pension now for my future. You know what I mean? And they don't understand. I don't quite think they understand. This is what makes me think they're not interested in Manchester United, what goes on the football pitch. They're interested in dragging this out, spending the minimum to get the maximum. Spend the minimum to get the maximum, which is obviously European qualification. And then obviously drag it out all the way long, because let's not forget that wasn't it Omar Barada who said they'll be happy with finishing sixth for the next few years because they know that's good enough for them. Ocean colour scene. Good enough for me. It's good enough for you, Jim. Guys, listen. At the end of the day, they only care about dragging this out until they get that regeneration project signed, sealed, delivered. Stevie Wonder could see that. I'm telling you right now, guys, absolute maniacs. Fraudulent maniacs. Gregory. Big up, Gregory. How you doing? United are approximately 7 wins away from finishing top 4. Wrong decisions were made gambling with our club's Champions League future for 2026. And we're not talking about Gregory going out there and splashing 100 million on players, even though it would be nice. And even though it would have been nice, even if they didn't bring a player in now, Gregory, why don't they get the groundwork done for Anderson? Why don't they get the groundwork done for Wharton? Why don't they get the groundwork done? I think they got some of the groundwork done, but a lot of the groundwork done for Baleba. Why don't they do that right now? Or Stiller, why don't they get the groundwork done? Prove to us that they're caring about the summer. Prove to us that they're preparing for the summer and they're saving themselves some time. But they won't do that, will they? Because they are not bothered. It will get to the summer and they will spend 3 months, guys. I guarantee you, they're going to spend 3 months chasing Anderson. And then we're going to think, Anderson, it will get right to the last couple of weeks of the transfer window, right? And I'm calling it now, guys. I'm calling it now. We'll get right to the last, week of the transfer window. And then they'll say, unfortunately, we can't get Anderson. We're priced out of a move for Anderson. Anderson goes to Man City. You know what I mean? This is the kind of thing that we'll do. And then we'll go and buy a panic buy somewhere else. We'll get a Baleba. Oh, we knew we were going to get Baleba anyway. We knew Baleba was coming to Man United anyway. That's a given. We knew that was going to happen, guys. Absolutely, we knew that was going to happen, innit? Albie, 4 hours ahead, load. Try to be in Australia. I know. Big respect, Albie. Big respect to you guys down under. Big up yourself. Big up my friend Nicky. What's going on, my friend Cass? On a 6 yellow cards, 4 from a 2-match ban. And he plays in the middle of the park. And he plays in that midfield. He's going to get yellow cards, right? He's going to get yellow cards. We've got how many games? 14 games left. He's going to get a yellow card, guys. And then he's going to be missing. And then who's going to replace him? Do you know what I mean? It's madness. Big up Ephraim, my guy. Big up Ephraim, legend, of course. Big up LT, legend. Hope you're doing well. Big up Sal. We are Casemiro and Mainu injury away from a crisis. And people keep talking about not signing anyone and joining this big summer bandwagon, which is more spin. They are mad, mate. They are mad. Like I said earlier, can I have their bank account details? Because they're absolutely mad, crazy nutters at the end of the day. You know what some of it is, LT? I just believe that some of them are the Glinios bootlickers. They don't want to be proven wrong, which they already have. They don't want to be proven wrong. So that what they're doing now, basically what they're doing now is trying to save face and trying to be positive. Toxic positivity, basically. Trying to be toxically positive. To try and prove a point. Well, you know what? They're actually quite right. You know, it's no point wasting money this window on a player. You know, if, you know, it's no point because we could save the money for the summer. Like I said, guys, it's not about signing loads of players. It's not about spending 100 million. There are players available out there, guys. There are players available. Rotherham, Portsmouth, Stoke are making deals. Man United can't make deals. That is the whole point of it. This is the whole problem I'm having with it. They can't even make a loan deal. Conor Gallagher, guys, would have been a good signing for Man United. And I know on loan would have been a good signing for Man United, right? Right, he done a good game against Man City the other day. Albie, I'm saying, why can't we push on? We all know Arsenal are fault up. The reason we can't push on, Albie, the reason we can't push on is because we will get injuries. We are no stranger to injuries. We get Casemiro or we get Mainu injured, Albie, our season is done. Let me tell you that. Let's not be overly fluffy clouds and rainbows and My Little Pony Care Bears. We get one injury. We are well and truly stumped, guys. Middle stump, out of here. You know what I mean? Curtly Ambrose, middle stump, out of here, guys. That's what we are, guys. Albie, that's what we are. What we needed is we needed a couple of players in. Now, I really hope so, Albie. I really hope that we have no injuries and miraculously everything goes well the next, how long now? 6 months? It's a long time to wait, isn't it, guys? It's a long time to wait, you know? And beside all that, we could have given us ourselves an opportunity here. We could have given ourselves an opportunity to get some ground done to help the summer transfer window, considering that the World Cup is on, you know? And we haven't done that. We can't kick on because we don't have a strong squad. I really hope that we kick on. I really do hope so, Albie. And I admire your positivity. But we have to be objective and we have to look at things realistically here. If Casemiro or Mainu playing in that central midfield get injured, it's sayonara Tara. I'm telling you right now, it's over. You know, and we have to look at it like that. Ephraim. Sal, I feel that for Malacia, Wilcox abandoned his loan move not to buy players disgraceful owners. Yep. Big up, Dan. Morning, Sal. Morning, Dan. How you doing? So, do we need Man United's ultras now? We need a Man United ultras. We used to have the Red Army. We used to be one of the most feared firms in the country, in the UK. We used to be. I'm not advocating for violence. I'm not advocating for that. But we are not scary enough. We're not. We're not intimidating enough, and we're not scary enough, unfortunately. You know, I'll be honest. I've been around the world watching football in Italy, in Spain, in France. And you know what? We're nowhere near as intimidating. On a normal day at Paris Saint-Germain, it's more intimidating than what we have at Old Trafford, our march at Old Trafford. And that is just talking straight at facts here. Straight at facts, off the cuff facts. You know, I admire the people doing the protests. I think they're doing something, and that's better than what a lot of people are doing, even myself. But I'm halfway across the road. But one thing I would say is that we need to be more intimidating, more forthwith with what we're going to do in regards to intimidating the ownership, hurting the ownership. There's no point, even if you do that, the protest that we've been doing, even if we do it every single week, every single home game, that is what we should do. Close the club shop. That will hurt their pockets. Do it every single home game. Every home game. Not one off. Not plan it months in advance. Right? Do it every single home game, because that is where the problem lies for them. Because when we do protests, it's okay to do protests, by the way, but when we do protests unexpectedly, if we do protests unexpectedly, it's going to hurt them because no one's planning for it. You know? Man United need to be intimidating, and that's what I would say about that. I hope so, Albie, but we are Casemiro injury from suspension. We are a Casemiro injury away from absolute collapse. We know what happens when Ugarte walks onto the pitch. Ugarte is not even in the same league as Casemiro. I wanted him to be, but he's not even in the same league as Casemiro. And then if we miss, obviously, Ugarte, if we lose Mainu, we're moving Bruno back into that midfield, and we're suddenly starting to look like open again in that midfield, and we're going to suddenly have the same problems as we had before. It's going to be like that, isn't it? You know, it's so frustrating, guys. It really is frustrating. It really baffles belief that we would go into this window with no interest about improving this squad. Not even giving your guy, Michael Carrick, the tools to get into that top four. Because I want the best for Michael Carrick. I really do. I want the best for Michael Carrick, and I want Michael Carrick to succeed. That's the ultimate thing with me. For some reason, I have a feeling that even if we get Champions League football and more money from Højlund, Rashford, Casemiro wages, and possibly Maguire, and PSR in favour us spending more, they'll still penny pinch. They are liars about the PSR and FFP, mate. Absolute frauds. Where did the 62 million go for Semenyo? Where did the 62 million go for Semenyo? I want to know where the 62 million went for Semenyo. I'm interested to know where it's gone. Where's that money gone? I'm baffled by where that money has gone. You know? Absolute madness. Big up, Geordie. Good morning, you legend. Hope you're doing well, brother. Welcome to the community. Acknowledge the community. Roman Reigns in the house. Acknowledge me. Acknowledge the community. Big up, absolutely. Gregory, Sal, the Tottenham 7th and West Ham 10th games are 3 days apart. Which one will Casemiro miss? Absolutely. Absolutely, because he cannot play 2 games in a week. Absolutely. My guy, Gregory, exactly that. It's not even just about suspensions. It's not even just about injuries. It's about time between games. When we get hit with a fixture list like that, 3 days in between Tottenham and West Ham, what happens with Casemiro? Which one's he going to drop out in? It's got to be the West Ham game. But, you know, Tottenham at home. Tottenham at home. We go to West Ham. We're usually bad at West Ham, London Stadium. So it's probably going to be, I would say Tottenham at home. But I think what we're going to do, we're going to try and play them in both, which is it's going to be difficult. You know what I mean? Really difficult. Nikki, this is why Amram is so upset in the press conference, because he knew there are no signings. He knew it, guys. And this is why, regardless of what you think about Ruben Amram as a manager, Ruben Amram stood up against the board. He stood up against the ownership. He walks out here a bloody legend, guys. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, forget what the tactics and this and that. They gave him a 4 out of 10 window in the summer. They promised him transfers in January, and they haven't gone through with their promise, guys. You know? He called them out. He got sacked. He got, fuck this club. That's basically what he done, and he disappeared into the abyss. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what he did. Fair play. Geordie, so disappointing all January, waiting on a transfer that we can all see we need, but somehow they can't see it. I think they can see it. Geordie, I'll be honest with you, my friend. I think they can see it, but I think that, have you noticed, Geordie, how they've disappeared, how they hid away? Have you noticed how they just hid away into the darkness? We haven't seen Jim Ratcliffe. You know, when Jim Ratcliffe first walked into the club, you see how much he wanted to be in front of the cameras and stuff like that, how much he wanted to be in front of the TV talking all that smack. You remember? Where's he gone? You know, where's he gone? Disappeared. What gets me wound up, Sal, is that Villa have FFP issues, but still Tammy Abraham to cover for Watkins. They're taking us for a ride, Dan. They're taking us for a ride, mate. They're taking the fan base for a ride. They played on your heartstrings, guys. I was not raised watching My Little Pony and the Care Bears. I was raised in a council flat, 5 of us. I do not get manipulated by anything, especially by corporate bigots. I know what they're all about, guys. You know what I mean? I know what they do. I know what they are. You know, and they've manipulated a lot of the kind-hearted, soft-hearted folk out there. And obviously, there was a section of fans that did not want Qatar. And because, but everyone's coming over to Qatar at the moment. All the expats to work and the UAE. Oh, let's work over there because it's much better. It's safer. Everything is better over there. Oh, they made up slanderous rumors about the World Cup and this and that and this. Sheikh Jassim Hamid doesn't exist. Oh, they've been proven about that wrong too, haven't they? That old chestnut right there. Has Jim come out and said, look, I just want to apologize. I was wrong about Sheikh Jassim. He does exist. He was at the World Cup final with Chelsea, you know? I'm telling you guys, listen, these guys are bad news. They don't care about Man United. They see us as a business, and their main priority is getting that regeneration project in the bag so that they can earn that billions from that and get their name rubber stamped on everything, the pipes underneath the stadium and all that shabazz, guys. Guys, listen, you may think that everyone is innocent in this world. Governments are innocent and governments have morality. They do not, guys. Don't think that everything is black and white. Don't think that, you know what, everything is fair. It's not. I can get a #1 music record by paying off a few people if I wanted to. This world is not what it seems, guys. Awards are bought. Everything is purchased, guys. You think everything is perfect in this world? You think that in the history of the world, politicians and billionaires have not lied to you? They're liars and they're manipulators. That's what they do. They manipulate, they lie. That's how they became billionaires. They stood on the poor. That's what they did. And what do? They make up sob stories. I know it. Make a sob story up. I'm mate born and bred. I had only a tin of beans, just 1 tin of beans every day. I just drank the tin. We didn't even have plates. We didn't even have plates. I just drank the beans like that, and then Bob's your uncle, Shirley's your mother. That's what I did. Just got the beans, threw it down the whole pipe hole, and that was me done. I had to wear my brother's underwear. I had to wear my brother's socks. We had to share a bath. We had to fill up our bath with a kettle water. Play on the heartstrings. Rags to riches story. I've heard that one before, and I know about the rags to riches story. In the music industry, they used to tell us, have a rags to riches story. It sells. It plays on the heartstrings because it gives the minions a chance to believe. Oh, look at Jim Ratcliffe. He's like him. He's like us. He's just like us. He come from the same humble backgrounds as us. He's just like us. You know, he's going to want the success from Man United. He's just like us. You know, it's madness. Absolutely. Gregory. Stiller, Berardi, Kone, Kamara, Anderson, Wharton, Baleba, Yorigiza, Yavi Guerra, Angelo Stiller. You want me to go on? Mora. We can go on and on and on, and Eriston. you know, but they have not delivered because they didn't want to deliver. The names you mentioned there, Boadi, well, you know, Stiller, Kone, Kamara, Kamara, of course, Anderson, obviously, Wharton, Baleba. Tonali, so many midfielders available. Apparently, guys, Man United were offered Tonali. And we turned our back on it. We turned our back on Tonali. Tonali is a class player. Oh, my God. We turned our back on Tonali, guys. My goodness me. Our board want to splash 60 million on Semenyo. Where did the money disappear? It disappeared into their pocket. You know, they do not want to spend money. I guarantee you guys, you know, when Jim Ratcliffe was cutting that ribbon for the training facilities upgrade, he spent a bit of money on that, which was agreed before the ownership. This was part of the deal, guys, of them taking that partial ownership of the football club. He didn't need scissors to cut that ribbon because his look on his face like a sour lemon, it would have burnt that ribbon to shreds, guys. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Simon, what's going on, my friend? Hope we're doing well. Good to see you, brother. Good morning, Sal. Good morning to you, Simon. United are taking a huge gamble with no January activity to wait for the summer. It might be difficult in the summer with many clubs needing CMs, CDMs. World Cup may delay some moves as well. Exactly, Simon. Simon, you think smartly. You're thinking maturely. You're thinking, you know, right. You're right. What you're saying, it's absolutely correct. This is no ordinary transfer window. This is why we had to utilize this window to try and save us some time in the summer. Use this window for the summer. Even if you don't bring in anyone, which is disgraceful anyway, but even if you don't bring in anyone, try and get the groundwork done. Try and get a gentleman's agreement, a pre-agreement with an Anderson, with a Wharton, with a Stiller, with a Baleba. Try and get something solidified so when it gets to the summer, we got a couple of deals relatively done and just need signing the papers. That's it. You know, because when it gets to the World Cup, players leave 2-3 weeks before the World Cup. Players come 2-3 weeks after the World Cup. You know? It's crazy, guys. Sal, it amazes me that they said our summer targets are Anderson, how they think they will come if we do not come Champions League. We are living on a prayer, guys. We are John Bon Jovi FC, living on a prayer. Thank you, Mark Goldbridge, by the way. I did take it from you. I know, mate. Big up your guy. Big up. But it is true. We are living on a prayer, guys. We are living on a prayer. You know, and this isn't even, guys, this is in the realms of impossibility, what we're trying to do. You know, we're gambling, you know, at the end of the day. We are Las Vegas FC. That's what we are. You know, we're Las Vegas FC in hangover. Villa signed 2 players despite FFP issues and one of the worst as well, FFP issues. And meanwhile, we didn't sign anyone. You see, this is the thing, and it's the thing, Kenny. They can't pull the wool over our eyes. As he said there, Peekaboo FC. Oh, secret midfielder. Oh, that secret midfielder, that old chestnut, isn't it? The secret midfielder. Well, hey. Well done. Well done. You fooled a lot of people. Well done. Peekaboo. Oh, midfielder. Peekaboo. Who is it? Unbelievable. Guys, unbelievable. Gregory. Never feel sorry for a man who owns his own jet. Exactly that. You know how much it costs to go to America on a jet? I may be wrong, guys, right? But you know what I've heard? How much it costs to go from the UK to America on a jet? 100 grand. 100 grand every time you go back and forth. 100 grand. You know, and there's poor people out there. Mate, catch a flipping commercial flight like every bloody one else. It's unbelievable, guys. This is what you're absolutely right, Gregory. You're absolutely right. Never trust a person who has his own private jet. You know, ridiculous. I don't know what you're on about, Boxer, but I'm not going to go into that at the moment, my guy. Big respect, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. Silent Slicer said, what happened, bro? We signed no one. No one, Slicer said. Can you believe it? He sounds like a good player. No one. No one sounds like a good player. Big up. Yeah, Geordie, brilliant player. Akliouche, yeah, absolutely brilliant. I was watching the African nations as well, and Chaibi, Maza, was it Diamande? Was it Diamande of Mali? There were some players that I saw that I thought, you know what, he's a good player. I hope we're looking at him. Diakite. Apparently, Spurs were close window and intend to go back in the summer. You know these players, like, you know what Real Madrid signed, like the Camavingas of this world, the Tuamendis of this world, right? This is exactly what these players are. And you know what? They sign for the likes of Real Madrid, and they become 100 million euro players. Why are Man United not doing that? We are not thinking long term. We are thinking now. We are thinking kick the ball down the road, FC. If we can kick the ball further down that road, we can, you know what, just get that regeneration project in the bag. You know what I mean? It's mad, Geordie, isn't it? Big up, Sal. Big up, Metal. How you doing, my friend? Big up, Sal. I've got a feeling they'll only go for Baleba next season and won't sign any other midfielders. You know what, Metal? I think like you, brother. I think like you, my man. I think that this is a smokescreen. We've already got the Baleba deal done. I've said that a long time ago, guys. Baleba will come to Man United. I have no doubt about that next summer, though. You know, so Baleba met up with Manchester United entourage and the agents and stuff of the football club in October, at the end of October, and it was all agreed. Now, Man United just need to agree a deal with Brighton. So why do you think Man United are doing it like this? Because Man United don't want to pay any money at the moment. So they're like, we offer Brighton that. Brighton say no. We offer them that. They say no. Okay, let's wait until the summer. They've already got the deal done. They just need to agree a fee with Brighton. And then you know what? That deal that should have happened last summer will happen next summer, and we wasted a year. And don't be surprised if we just sign Baleba and that's it. And that's not going to change Manchester United's fortunes. Let me tell you that right now, because probably Kobe Mainoo and Casemiro are more effective than Baleba. And that's why I would say that. Do you know what I mean? At this moment in time, we won't improve. We need an Anderson. Every game for United is a final. One loss or draw would see United drop to 6th exactly. If LFC and CFC keep winning, a huge gamble not even getting one loan deal in key areas. I agree. Not even Wilfred Ndidi, bruv. Not even Wilfred Ndidi. And look, I'm a fan of Wilfred Ndidi. 7 years ago, I was shouting to the top of the roost for Wilfred Ndidi. You know? But even now, I would have said, yeah, bring him in. I watched the AFCON. I think Wilfred Ndidi did fabulous. Bring Wilfred Ndidi in. Bring him in. You know what I mean? It's a body, isn't it, mate? It's a body. At least we'll have Wilfred Ndidi here. It's a body. It's experience. Won an FA Cup for Leicester. He's experience. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. Absolutely. Gregory, I get you, Geordie. I get you. No problem, brother. I need all the more money we can get for midfielders. Have we looked down the coach? We've looked. You know, the biggest worry for me, Gregory, and I want to know your feelings, guys, on this, right? The biggest worry for me is that Michael Carrick is going to be undermined. Michael Carrick is going to be... This is why I have a feeling they're going to give Michael Carrick the job. Let me tell you why. Because if Michael Carrick gets Champions League, they could dictate Michael Carrick. They could play Michael Carrick like, oh, you know, and Michael Carrick won't answer back. Because he's going to be happy he's got the job. Someone like a Luis Enrique, an Ancelotti, a De Zerbi, a Tuchel, they're going to answer back. So this is what makes me think that they're going to get Michael Carrick through the door. Guys, I'm not sitting here saying that Man United do need 6-7 players. And that 6-7 players, right, is players that can fix the squad, players that can fix poor positions that we have right now. We are weak on the fullback areas. We are weak. We are weak in the midfield. We can't substitute Casemiro, even though he's tired after 60 minutes, because we have no one else. We are weak. We have no one else in regards to Mbeumo, Cunha, Ahmad, and Fernandes. One of those gets injured. We're down to the bare bones again. When you look at the likes of Man City and you look at the likes of Liverpool and you look at their squads, you even look at teams like Bournemouth and you look at teams like Brighton, they've got better, more experienced options on the bench. You know? What can I say, guys? All I can say is that we're living on a prayer and we're living in hope. We're living in hope that, you know, things will go right. Finger crossed, FC. You know, and we're hoping that things will go right. We're hoping that everything falls into place and no injuries. For the first time in Manchester United's history, recent history, we're not going to get any injuries. Boxer, stop spamming, my guy. Stop spamming. Sal, they always, and keep it to subject, my friend. They always said that we go big in the summer. We heard this story before. They do not respect the fans. Big up. You always say it as it is. Thank you so much, Ephraim. I will always call it as it is because I know they are lying to you. I know they're lying to you. And I knew they were lying before they came into this football club, the Ineos and the Glazers. They are a cardboard cutter, a duplicate of the Glazers. You know what I mean? That's what they are. Thumbnail FC, duplicate. Mad, isn't it? Big up, Ephraim. United earns approximately 700 million in profit annually, and the club refuses to pay down the debt. Some things don't make too much sense. You know what it is, Gregory? I could see Ineos and the Glazers leaving this football club not having paid a penny off capital, off that loan. I could see it happening. I really could. I could see them leaving with us 1.2 billion in debt like we were. We had, when the Glazers took charge of this football club, they had a 500 million loan on this club. Now we're 1.2 billion. Okay, inflation and stuff like that. I know, I understand about that. But we have not paid any capital on that loan. In fact, we're taking more out. We owe 300 million on transfers. 90 million is coming to us. We owe. The other teams owe us. But we owe 450. So take 90 million from that. 360 million we owe on transfers, guys. Likes of Anthony, likes of Rasmus, likes of Sancho. These players, Ugarte, we still owe money on these transfers. Anyone who truly supported Man United, like Jim Ratcliffe claimed he supported Man United, would have let a full sale occur, would have let that full sale happen because it was beneficial to the football club, you know? Jordi, any player you could sign, who would you go for? You can pick any player, any position. Anderson for me, my friend. Anderson, midfield. Anderson. Anderson, Wharton, and Stiller. You can't get far away from that with me. And then it obviously goes on to Lamine Kamara, obviously, and these players here, you know. Those players. I would be happy with anyone of those. Hey, Mark, what's going on, brother? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, bro. The money we generate from the revenue is more than enough to fix this team. Not paying off the debt, and I believe it's just being pocketed. Sometimes stinks. It is, mate. It is being pocketed. We have to admit it. We have to call it out. We have to call the wood from the trees, guys. It's being pocketed. They don't care about investing in the team. They don't care about Man United qualifying. Guys, if Man United don't qualify for the Champions League, they're just going to strike up some new sponsorship deal. They're going to release a new nostalgic kit that everyone's going to go, wow, oh my goodness me, have you seen that kit? Guys, I love the new kit. I love the Stone Roses. I love the new kit. But you guys, pop it on the string. Pop it on the string. Buy the new merchandise. Get it. We are our own worst enemy, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not the oracle of Manchester United. But one thing I would tell you this, guys. I'm not a bloody hypocrite. We are our own worst enemy. You know? Simon. This is how unbalanced the squad is. 31 players registered in the Premier League. Goalkeepers 30, defenders 7, midfielders 8, forwards 6 of the 31 are academy players. Wow. The 31, 6 of, wow, mad. And they expect us to qualify for the Champions League and that, you know. Have you seen that Ryan has 100 million release calls on Bournemouth contract? Must expect something big from him. Jordi, I mentioned Ryan about 6 months ago about him coming from Brazil to Man United. We were interested in him. We had him on our radar FC, of course. We didn't make the move. Now look, his valuation's gone buff like that. You know, there's many players that we haven't made the move for that we could have got for cheap, you know, and Ryan is one of them. Brilliant player. And watch at Bournemouth. He's going to cook when he settles down. Elliot Anderson would be a great addition to our midfield. Absolutely. Generational player, in my opinion. If Elliot Anderson was playing for a big club, the whole of Europe would be chasing Elliot Anderson right now. Metal, Sal, who would be your picks for left back and centre back if Maguire leaves? What would I say? My pick for left back. I like. I don't know. I'm gonna have to wait and see. I'm gonna have to think about that one. I don't know, but definitely Maguire leaves. I will go for Murillo of Nottingham Forest, someone like that. More of a modern day defender. He could play left back as well, I think. Someone like that. At the moment, Metal, considering our financial position, I wouldn't mind putting Mazza as a left back. He could play left back for Morocco in the AFCON. I wouldn't mind that, but definitely I would go after. Definitely I'll go after Murillo of Nottingham Forest. Definitely. If I had a choice for any left back in the world right now, it'd be Mendes. Obviously, he's the one player that I would love to come to Man United. You know what I mean? He's the best left back in the world. We had Carreras. He's currently at Real Madrid, so there's no point even looking at that. And many of us said we should keep him, at Man United, but we decided to sell him ridiculously to Real Madrid. The other left back is Balde of Barcelona. Alejandro Balde is another one that I like a lot. So I'm going through left backs. Balde is one of them. Carreras obviously is away. One of them. Definitely one of them. If we want a more experienced left back, and it's someone that I think we've been chasing for a while, one of the players that we've been chasing for a while is DiMarco. And DiMarco will do a job. I know he's 28, but he's a brilliant left back. He gets forward. He's dangerous. He can shoot. He can cross. Someone like that. However, I would say, having said all that, I'm very, very happy with Dorgu. I think Dorgu could cover that position, which is good as well. Mazza could cover that position, which is good as well. If Man United manage to qualify for the Champions League and we get a couple of midfielders in, that should be the priority, is getting those midfield positions sorted. Absolutely, in my opinion. Simon, this is how I think I read down. Big up, Si. We all know Sir Jim Cat wanted Chelsea. He's a Chelsea fan, mate. Rodgers is brilliant. I have to admit, Geordie, this is why I look at the World Cup, Geordie, and I think, boy, England have got a good team. I look at it. Rodgers, Wharton, Anderson, Bellingham, Saka, Kane, Gui. They got a good team, England. Sorry, maybe the goalkeeper's a bit suspect, but that's about it. Gregory, to be fair, the black jersey with the yellow and blue is pretty sharp looking. Not that I'm buying any club. It is great looking, Gregory. I love it. But what does that represent? What does it represent? It represents manipulation. It represents playing on the heartstrings. 1995, 1996. I had the original. Well, there's two things, right? Number one, Adidas lack the originality. Adidas can't make any original kicks anymore because they don't have the ideas and creativity. Number two, they're playing on the heartstrings of the Man United fans. Oh, I love that kit. Oh, it's beautiful. The black kit is so nice. I remember that back in 1995, Cantona, Karate. Oh, I love it. You know. Mark, 2008 is going to uncover a lot of evil in the world. It's such a shame that our owners are part of the demon squad. Good always prevails. We will get our club back. Hope so, Mark. I love it. I hope so, my friend. I really hope so, guys. I really hope we do get our club back. That'd be absolutely fantastic if we manage to get our club back. You know, it just seems so bleak at the moment. Everything just seems so far away. You know, it's sad. It really is. Simon, United have honestly become a joke. One of the biggest clubs in the world hesitates over 100 million because it's too much. Exactly. Yet passes up on talents for less because they are supposedly not ready. Now, Simon, I ask you the question. Do you think that Arsenal are regretting spending near 100 million euros on Declan Rice? Ballon d'Or. People saying Ballon d'Or, Declan Rice. Do you think Arsenal are regretting signing Declan Rice right now? Of course not. We will regret not signing Anderson and we will regret not signing Adam Wharton. 100%. We're going to regret that. Gregory, how long Gonga Bashir can go on as our left back? I don't know, mate, but I want to take what's in his Weetabix at the moment because at the end of the day, miraculously, he's fit again. It couldn't be because of the World Cup, could it? Surely not. Surely not. Absolutely. He can't carry on. He's no longer a left back in my position. He doesn't have the fitness to go up and down that wing, overlapping runs and things like that, in my opinion. Jordy, yeah, I can remember you mentioned Ryan a while back. Us Bayern were keeping tabs on him. We will be the club that spends that on a release clause in a few years' time. Exactly that, mate. Precisely that. Spot on. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we'd be like, oh, we should have got Ryan. Did you know, Jordy, that Man United wanted Baleba before he went to Brighton? We were scouting Baleba at Lille. We were scouting him and we didn't make the move. Here we are. RBM, what's going on from Sweden? Big up Sweden. I hope you're doing well. The Sweden crew, big up yourself. Hope everything is blessed with you, of course. Absolutely. He's done after this season. He's gone after this season, I think, Luke Shaw. England have a problem, mate. Someone is going to be disappointed. They ain't going to go and get in on the plane. They got a good problem. They got a lot of good players, of course. Big up RBM, of course, guys. Look, guys, you know what? I want nothing but to come on this stream, guys, and to give you the bearer of good news and be all overly zealous and happy-go-lucky. You know what I mean? But I can't at the moment because I am generally worried for Michael Carrick. I think Michael Carrick's done a phenomenal job so far, and congratulations on the 3 wins. However, it's only going to take one injury, and we've got 14 games to go to negotiate, guys. 14 games to negotiate until the end of the season, you know? And it's going to be tough, guys, not to get an injury, in particular in that middle. And not only injuries, suspensions as well. Time between games as well. Like my guy said that earlier on in the stream. Time between games. 3 days between the games and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? It is a worry. We have to worry, guys. We have to be concerned. Of course we do. You know, we want nothing best for Manchester United. Nothing but the best for Manchester United, don't we? We don't want to be here in the summer saying, if only we had Champions League football. And we don't want to be hearing excuses for Ineos. Well, if we had Champions League football, you know, we didn't get the European competition. Why didn't we get European competition, good old Jim? Why didn't we get European competition? Because you don't invest in the team in January. You don't invest in the team in January. That's why we don't get European competition. Big up Sweden. Love Sweden. Love the Sweden massive. Big up yourselves. Hope you're well, brothers and sisters, of course. Simon, it's funny how Ineos were willing to spend 65 million on Semenyo and not a midfielder. Crazy to think that the money is no longer available after missing out because they think the fan base is stupid, Simon. It's simple as that. They think we all got dementia. They think we're all stupid, you know, and that is how ignorant they are. That is how ignorant they are. Mark, Sal, I always loved Tuanzebe and Fossil Mensah. Absolutely. Having a medical team lost a lot of talent. We don't nurture them properly, in my opinion. Tuanzebe was very injury prone, of course. Eric Bailly is another one who was brilliant. Tuanzebe was a very good player, but we don't nurture these players. Probably if they were under Alex Ferguson, they might have done better in their careers, you know, maybe. RBM, did United even sign anyone this window? Kind of feel like we're taking a risk. If not, it's long season. Doubt we make it if we get one injury. Imagine Bruno Casemiro get injured. We're screwed, RBM, mate. We're screwed. You're absolutely right. It's incompetence, naivety, living on a prayer, SC. It's ridiculous, guys, how we've not signed anyone, even on loan. Even on loan. We didn't bring anyone in. Getting a player on loan is not going to hurt anybody. You know, and at the end of the season, they can go. That's what we're talking about, you know. But some people are, oh, well, you know, it's better that we wait until the summer, you know, then we can get more players in. Talking absolute nonsense. Nonsense. Honestly, these people. Big up RBM, great comment, my friend. Gregory, are United going to just bring OGC Nice, a defensive midfielder, Hitchin, and Sir Jim Southern? Funny, Gregory, we haven't bought any players from Nice at the moment, but he's a good player. But we won't do it, I guarantee you. Baleba and Euro, good mates from their time. Like if they were watching Lenny Euro, surely the Baleba quality. I hear you, bro. Baleba will be a Man United player for many, many reasons, including that, Geordie. And I hope Baleba's a success at Man United. However, it does represent a risk. Is Baleba an upgrade? I don't think he is. I don't. I'll be honest. Yes, he's good for the squad. Is he an upgrade on Casemiro? Is he an upgrade on Mainu? Probably not. But good, we signed Baleba, but he hasn't performed well this season, and we have to be objective and we have to be careful what we spend our money on. I'd much rather Man United splash that money on Anderson and put that money towards Anderson, someone like that. Because we're not going to sign Anderson and Baleba. I don't think so. We're that incompetent, even though we should. During the summer, big up Gregory. Ephraim, Sal, we are the only club who always neglects the midfield position. They know nothing about football. We've neglected the midfield position for a while. We haven't had a good midfielder since Michael Carrick. And it's as simple as that. And now Michael Carrick is the manager of Man United. We haven't had a decent midfielder since the days of Michael Carrick, guys. That goes to show, yeah, we purchased Schweinsteiger, Schneiderlin, Pogba, Herrera. They've never been on that level. They've not been on that level, you know, and the only other one is Casemiro, and we purchased Casemiro way too late. You know? We purchased them too late. We really did. But unfortunately, this is the way this board is. The way this club has been run. I'm going to say it like this, and I'm going to stay consistent with this. We don't nurture players properly. Players have our squad. Our team, our football club in general, is toxic. And any player, young player, older player that comes into this football club struggles because of the toxicity within our football club, you know, and it's difficult for them. RBM, I believe in Carrick though. Finally, United looking good again, but let's wait until 10 more games. Exactly. Got to go to work. Have an amazing day, Sal. Keep it up, brother. Thank you so much, RBM. Have an amazing day yourself. And thank you so much for joining the community. It's good to see you again, of course. Big yourself up. I think he's better than Kobe. It's just my opinion. That's your opinion, Jordy, but I think Kobe's better. I don't think Baleba gets into the England team. I think Kobe does. Kobe's got more strings to his bow. I think, look at the way Baleba's playing this season. It's rubbish, mate. You have to say it. The way that Mainu and Baleba played are completely different. Mainu's played well this 3 games. He's been killing it in that midfield. In regards to Mainu. Baleba isn't. But that's an opinion, of course. But I don't think Baleba's anywhere near the level of Mainu at the moment. Baleba will not get in the England squad. Mainu has been in the England squad. That's just fact. Baleba will not get in the England squad. Mainu has been in the England final in the Euros. You know. Metal. No one wants Baleba as well, funny enough. Marcel, Chelsea went big on Caicedo and Enzo, and it's paying off now. We need to spend big on 2 midfielders too. Otherwise, nothing is going to change. Exactly that. Simon, the only proper midfielder we've had since Michael Carrick and Paul Scholes retired was Pogba and Herrera and Emmanuel Matic. Everything has been patchwork. And even then, they weren't quite good enough, were they? You know? Yeah. They weren't quite good enough. Yeah, and a lot of teams have looked at Baleba, by the way, including Bayern Munich and other teams like that, and are not fancying him. That's what I'm hearing, all right, from really reliable people. But we're okay to just go out and splash 70 million on him. He's not better than Mainu, in my opinion. Sal, can we get a free in 3s? Loads of them, trust, man. Sal, can we get a free in 3? What's that, mate? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Toxic, like my ex-woman had to kick it. Oh, come on, man. Don't say that, Yordi. None of that. We don't condone violence on this show, even though it's a metaphor. Jordy, come on, mate. It is a metaphor. I know it's a metaphor, but come on, man. Can we get free trade in the time? We're not. Man United are going to do business in the summer. We're not going to get anything now. In the summer, I can see us signing 2-3 players, just like we did in the last summer, and it won't be enough. Because what happens is this, right? Other teams improve as well, you know, and we take 2 steps forward, take 3 steps back. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. That's what we do, you know, and we never address this, you know, at the end of the day. But guys, at this moment in time, if Man United sign Baleba, if Man United sign Anderson, I'll be happy with that. Are we happy with that? But it has to be 2, and they have to complement each other. If Man United sign Anderson and Angelo Stiller, who I think is better than Mainu as well, better than Baleba as well, Angelo Stiller, I think that I'll be happy with that. But I'll be happy with 2-3 midfielders, absolutely. Because I don't trust this board, and I don't think anyone should be trusting this board. I really don't. But legends, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate you, whatever platform you're on. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Guys, please, if you can kindly subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're going up to 20,000 subscribers, guys. Let's get up to that 20,000 subscriber mark. And let's kindly move it all up, guys. Let's get this going, guys. Absolutely. And get this channel trending up there. Smash a like, guys, on the way out. Hopefully we got up to 50 likes. Thank you so much, everyone who joined me today. You are all legends. Great football knowledge, great ball knowledge. Keep it locked. We'll be back later on for Chatterbox. Have a great day, great evening, great night, wherever you are in the world. I'm Sal Warner. This is Stretford Post. Take it easy. See you later. Peace.